Hazbin Hotel is a huge passion project for the world of animation, showcasing how important it is to all of us to pursue your passions, because you never know what could come of them. Not only is this remarkable in the world of animation, but it also is an amazing musical achievement as well. And let's figure out why. Now, the musical geniuses behind this show are Sam Haft and Andrew Underberg. And from the start, they had the daunting task of taking this diverse underworld and creating music for it. And for most musicals, they have a set musical style. Look at the classic Disney animated musicals. The Little Mermaid has a Caribbean sound to it, and The Princess and the Frog brings in those jazzy undertones of New Orleans. And in the theater space, those same principles apply. However, with this show, it breaks this rule intentionally, because each character brings in a new genre. Our main character, Charlie, brings in that optimistic classic Disney sound. Lute and Adam bring in a classic rock vibe, and Carmilla brings in a Latin beat. With the vast range of styles, the composers can have a field day experimenting with different genres. And I feel like it would be such a freeing experience to be able to create whatever you want it, just as long as it aligns with the character. And that's a fun time for the animators as well, because they can listen to the song and be transported on their own creative journey. Ready for This feels like it's inspired by The Music Man, most specifically the song 76 Trombones. And anytime Alistair is hanging around with Charlie, I get lead player vibes from Pippin. Does anyone else see that? Now, the daunting part of this project comes in when you think about the amount of songs that are provided. For the 8 episodes that season 1 has, there are 2 songs per episode. If you do the math, and I know you can, brings us to a total of 16. And this kind of songwriting isn't like Taylor Swift writing songs for a new album, where she can write whatever she wants when she wants. Or like the songwriters in a show like Hannah Montana, where all they have to do is write a catchy song that sells merchandise. All of Hazbin Hotel's music relies heavily on the characters, so that means nobody knows who's singing a song until the script is finalized. Sam and Andrew have to work at a rapid-fire pace to create these songs so they can be storyboarded and recorded. This type of songwriting isn't anything new. A show like Smash had similar fast-paced conditions. Its mixed musical styles is kind of like the SpongeBob musical. However, that one had so many famous songwriters helping out. This one only has 2 composers, mixing up music all the different time. Like, what is going on? So when it comes to the vast amount of styles that this musical provides, there's bound to be one song that you love more than anything, and I want to know what it is. So let me know in the comments down below. Now, with this large assortment of styles, it makes this musical feel like a box of chocolates, because you never know what you're gonna get. And for that unique sound, you're gonna need some talented individuals to pull it off. And by golly, do they do that, because this cast does not disappoint. As your core cast of characters, you have Erica, who's Charlie, who sounds like a Disney princess. She's not a Disney princess, at least not yet. She's from the world of theater. She is the original Katie Heron from the Mean Girls musical. Then you have Stephanie as Vaggie, who has a large catalog of characters that she's played over the years, but in the musical world. She is best known for being Mirabelle in Encanto, and she is Carla in In the Heights. Alex has 2 roles as Sir Pentious and Adam, and he is the original Beetlejuice on Broadway. You have Keith, who's Husk, or also Dr. Facilier. You have Kimiko, who is Nifty, and she's best known for being Penny Parker in Into the Spider-Verse, but she also was the original Dawn in the Waitress musical. And for Blake, who's Angel Dust, this was his first role out of school, but he is on Broadway doing the musical Harmony. And last but not least, you have Amir, who's Alistair, who was in a production of Annie. Then you pair that up with the insane theater stars that come in for an episode or 2. Let me tell you, there are so many of them. I don't want to miss anybody, so here's a little slideshow of all of them. This is a big group of people to be working on an animated work. But this is also crazy because I've never seen this many theater people work on one project together. The people that are working on this project are the backbone of theater. They're the unsung heroes that are just keeping the lights on Broadway. Why is this important? Well, I feel like there's two in-depth answers to that question. On the one hand, theater people are the best voice actors, in my opinion. From a technical perspective, they know how to project their voice using their diaphragm, not their throats. None of these guys can afford to strain their vocal cords because they're putting on 8 shows a week. And due to that amount of shows, they're doing the same old song and dance over and over and over again.
And yeah, I sing like this 8 shows a week.
And most of the time, they don't really stray from the original source. So when you take those people away from the programmed and systematic world of theater, and then you drop them in a sound booth to create an animated character, all that rigid structure gets thrown out the window. They can use their over-the-top acting style to experiment and see what sticks. And from the interviews with the cast, it seems like they had a lot of freedom to shape the character of how they want it. The way that Jessica Vosk explains who Lute is exactly how she is. Jeremy Jordan explains Lucifer as like the genie from Aladdin. And when you watch the musical number Best Dad in Hell, those are the exact vibes that I'm feeling. Within the countless interviews that I've watched, it feels like the whole cast is so grateful for this opportunity. It's really nice to see how in awe they are about what's being created here, making this feel like it's a passion project for them as well. And answer number 2 brings us back to music. Now, the music treads a fine line between classic Broadway, like Anything Goes or Cabaret, and modern Broadway, Hamilton, Be More Chill, or Dear Evan Hansen. And when it comes to Hazbin, it doesn't pick one side or the other, it embraces both. The song Stay Gone leans into that classic Broadway sound, mainly because Christian's voice and Amir's voice work best in that kind of jazzy sound. Not gonna lie, the song sounds very similar to Don't Say Yes Until I Finish Talking from Smash. Then there are songs like Respectless, that tightrope between the two styles, having it start out with Daphne giving this big, powerful belt.
Show some respect!
That kind of resembles how she starts out a song in The Heights. Then you pair that with Lily's rapping abilities, which parallels her role as Sandy Cheeks in Bikini Bottom Day. Those two styles, they make sense, they work together, and I don't know how many times I've listened to this song. Then we have the most impressive musical accomplishment that this show offers, in my opinion, which is the song You Didn't Know. Listen, I didn't know that this was gonna be a full-on banger before I listened to it, starting out with a haunting lament from the legend that is Patina Miller, that she's so good at, that makes it resemble something like Stay With Me in Into the Woods. Once you're feeling the rhythm, boom, Jessica comes in firing with the line, "What are we even talking about?" And let me tell you, that is a tall order for Jessica to come in and rip the audience's attention from Patina Miller and her amazing stage presence. This just goes to show you how talented and powerful Jessica's voice is. Holy Hannah. Now, from there, the song turns into the blame game and kind of turns into like Good For You from Dear Evan Hansen, but also brings us back to episode 1 with the song Hell Is Forever, and then decides to do a reverse Uno.
If hell is forever, then heaven must be alive.
Whew. Is that a great lyric? And it's also one of those songs that like brings so much drama that it's like, oh my god, chaos. It just, everything just works. And that right there is why this musical works so well. It first deeply understands what each actor and actress is capable of by knowing and listening to what they've done previously, and then it plays to their strengths. They give Jeremy a ballot, and let me tell you, he's one of the best in the biz at singing those types of songs, while also creating a safe space where these stars can experiment. And this supportive working environment is what's going to make these people want to come back. And hopefully they bring a friend or two. Like maybe Erica, you go and recruit some more OG Mean Girls people. Taylor, Gray, Barrett, just saying. I don't know, maybe like Jessica, maybe you like look through your contact list. See if you can find some more past Alphabas, preferably Eden Espinoza. Hearing these two sing a rock song would make me so happy I could melt. And if I'm already making Dreamcast predictions here, Lilith should be played by Megan Hilty. They're going the route of making Lilith a pretty woman that is tragically sad, then Hilty is your person for the job. I don't even know how she does it. It's crazy. If none of these come to fruition, like I'm still having fun with this show. Like it's been a while since I've been excited to watch a show. It's so unhinged. It's so much fun. Like, could I sit here and be like, the plot doesn't make any sense? Yeah, but you could also say a lot of things in Wicked don't make sense. The freaking plot of Cats does not make any sense, and it kind of scares me a little bit. Hopefully, this proves to you that if you didn't know anything about theater, then maybe you want to go and hear a soundtrack or two from these guys, because they're just amazing. A lot of the actors that are attached to this project, I have a lot of respect for. So it's always nice to see them on a project. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Let me know what your thoughts of the series are. Did you think it was your cup of tea? Did you not think it was your cup of tea? Do you like how there's a lot of theater people in here? Did you not like that? You know, what theater people do you want to show up in season 2? If you liked this video more than anything, then why don't you like it or share it with a bud? It helps YouTube know that this channel does indeed exist. And if you are looking for a happy day in hell, then why don't you click on this video right over here? I guess I'll see you when I see you next. All right, goodbye.